My precious child, I need you to hear what I am about to say with the full weight of heaven behind it, because something has happened, something significant, something that has shifted the atmosphere in the spiritual realm, something that has caused me to rearrange circumstances, to rewrite timelines, to recalibrate destinies, and that something is you, what you did, the choice you made, the step you took, the prayer you prayed, the sacrifice you offered, the obedience you demonstrated. It changed everything. It altered my plans, not because I did not know what you would do, not because you caught me by surprise, not because I had to scramble to adjust, but because my plans for your life have always been contingent on your choices, conditional on your obedience, connected to your willingness to partner with me. And when you finally said yes, when you finally moved in faith, when you finally surrendered what I was asking you to surrender, when you finally obeyed when I said obey, it released something in the heavenly realm, it activated something in the spiritual dimension, it unlocked something that was waiting for your cooperation, and now everything is different. The trajectory of your life has changed, the speed of your breakthrough has accelerated, the magnitude of what I am about to do has increased, and I need you to understand what just happened. I need you to recognize the significance of this moment. I need you to comprehend that you are not in the same place you were yesterday or last week or last month. You have crossed a threshold, you have entered a new season, you have stepped into a dimension of my glory and favor that you have never experienced before, and it all began with that one choice, that one act of obedience, that one moment when you decided to trust me even when it made no sense, to follow me even when you could not see the path, to believe me even when circumstances said otherwise. And I am issuing this alert today because I do not want you to miss what I am doing. I do not want you to remain unaware of the shift that has occurred. I do not want you to continue living as if nothing has changed when everything has changed. And I also need to prepare you for what is coming. I need to equip you for what is about to be released. I need to position you to receive what I am sending, because the plans I now have for you are bigger than the plans I had before. Not because those original plans were inadequate, but because your obedience qualified you for more, your faithfulness opened doors to greater assignments, your willingness to surrender proved you could be trusted with things I had been holding back until you were ready, and you are ready now. You have passed the test, you have proven yourself faithful in the small things, and now I am about to entrust you with much. But you must understand what this means, you must grasp what you are stepping into. You must recognize that with greater blessing comes greater responsibility, with increased favor comes increased accountability, with accelerated promotion comes intensified warfare. And I am speaking this to you today not to scare you but to prepare you, not to make you fearful but to make you vigilant, not to cause you to shrink back but to inspire you to stand firm in what is coming, because the enemy has also noticed the shift, he has also seen what happened when you obeyed, he has also recognized that you are no longer the same person you were, and he is not happy about it, he is alarmed by it, he is strategizing against it, and he is about to launch attacks designed to make you question what I am saying, to cause you to doubt what I am doing, to convince you that you misheard me, that you made a mistake, that you moved too quickly, that you should not have obeyed. But I am telling you in advance so you will not be caught off guard. I am warning you now so you will not be surprised. I am preparing you ahead of time so you will recognize his schemes and resist his lies and stand firm in the truth of what I am speaking over you in this moment. Let me take you back to what you did. Let me remind you of the moment that changed everything, because I know that in the busyness of life, in the chaos of circumstances, in the noise of the enemy's accusations, you might forget the significance of what transpired, you might minimize the importance of that choice, you might dismiss as small or insignificant what was actually monumental and pivotal and destiny-altering, and maybe it was a prayer you prayed with desperate faith when you felt like you had nothing left. Maybe it was a seed you sowed when it seemed foolish and irresponsible according to natural wisdom. Maybe it was a person you forgave when every emotion in you wanted to hold on to the offense. Maybe it was a word you spoke in obedience when your voice was shaking with fear. Maybe it was a relationship you released when everything in you wanted to hold on. Maybe it was a sacrifice you made that cost you something significant. Maybe it was a boundary you set that others did not understand. Maybe it was a conversation you had that required tremendous courage. Maybe it was a yes you said to my call when logic screamed no. Maybe it was a step of faith you took when you could not see the next one. Maybe it was worship you offered in the middle of your storm. Maybe it was praise you gave when you had every reason to complain. Maybe it was trust you demonstrated when you had every excuse to doubt. Whatever it was, whenever it happened, however it manifested, you know what I am talking about. You remember the moment, you recall the choice, you can identify the point where something shifted. And I want you to understand that it was not just a random decision, it was not just another day in your journey, it was not just one more act of obedience among many, it was the moment, it was the choice. It was the breakthrough point where heaven took notice, where angels began to move, where demons began to tremble, where circumstances began to realign, where doors began to open, where provision began to flow, where healing began to manifest, where relationships began to restore, where clarity began to come, where peace began to settle, where joy began to return, where strength began to rise, where confidence began to grow, where destiny began to unfold, and it all traces back to that moment. When you chose me over your fear, when you chose faith over your circumstances, when you chose obedience over your comfort, when you chose my voice over every other voice competing for your attention, and that choice, my beloved child, that choice changed my plans, not because I had to create new ones but because I finally had permission to release the plans I had been holding, waiting for you to be in position to receive them, waiting for you to be willing to cooperate with them, waiting for you to be ready to steward them, and now you are ready, now you are positioned, now you are willing, and now everything I have been preparing is being released, everything I have been orchestrating is being activated, everything I have been holding is being poured out, and this is why I am issuing this alert, this is why I am speaking to you with such urgency, this is why I need you to pay attention to what I am saying, because you are standing at the beginning of the most significant season of your life. You are entering a period of acceleration unlike anything you have experienced before. You are stepping into a dimension of my power and presence that will completely transform your reality, and I need you to be prepared, I need you to be positioned, I need you to be ready for what is coming. Now let me tell you what changed in my plans, let me reveal what your obedience released, let me show you what is now possible that was not possible before, and understand that I am not talking about minor adjustments or small improvements or incremental changes, I am talking about a complete recalibration, a total transformation, a radical shift in what I am about to do in and through your life. And the first thing that changed is the timing. What I had scheduled for years from now is being moved up, what I was planning to release in seasons to come is being accelerated, what I was going to do gradually I am now going to do suddenly, because your obedience created a shortcut, your faithfulness opened an express lane, your willingness to trust me completely qualified you for accelerated promotion, and this means that breakthrough you were believing would come eventually is coming now. That promise you thought would manifest someday is manifesting today, that door you expected to open in the future is opening right now, that provision you were hoping would arrive later is arriving immediately, that healing you were praying would happen over time is happening instantly, that relationship you thought would be restored gradually is being restored suddenly, and I know this is hard to believe, I know it seems too good to be true. I know your mind is trying to rationalize and explain and find reasons why this cannot be accurate, but I am telling you plainly that when you obeyed the way you obeyed, when you trusted me the way you trusted me, when you surrendered the way you surrendered, you activated a level of my favor that operates outside normal timelines, you accessed a dimension of my grace that accelerates processes, you tapped into a realm of my power that makes the impossible possible and the delayed immediate and the distant close. And this is not about you earning anything or deserving anything or being better than anyone else, this is simply about obedience, this is purely about faith, this is entirely about partnership, because I have always had these plans, I have always intended these blessings, I have always prepared these opportunities, but I was waiting for you, waiting for your yes, waiting for your willingness, waiting for your cooperation, and now that I have it, now that you have stepped into alignment with what I have been speaking, everything is being released, everything is being activated, everything is being poured out. And the timing has shifted from eventually to immediately, from someday to today, from future to now. The second thing that changed in my plans is the magnitude. What I was going to give you in measure I am now going to give you in abundance, what I was going to do in part 1 I am now going to do in fullness, what I was going to release in portions I am now going to release in overflow, because your obedience demonstrated that you can be trusted with more. Your faithfulness proved that you will not worship the blessing instead of the blesser, your willingness to surrender what I asked showed me that you understand that everything comes from me and belongs to me and is to be used for my purposes, and this means the financial breakthrough is going to be bigger than you imagined, the doors that open are going to lead to places you never dreamed possible, the relationships that are restored are going to be healthier than they were before they were broken, the ministry that launches is going to have impact far beyond what you envisioned, the business that starts is going to prosper in ways that defy natural explanation, the healing that comes is going to be so complete that it becomes a testimony that brings others to me, the freedom you experience is going to be so profound that you become a living demonstration of my delivering power, and I am not exaggerating, I am not overpromising, I am not setting you up for disappointment, I am simply telling you what I am doing, I am revealing what your obedience released, I am showing you what is now in motion because you chose to trust me completely, and yes, this will require you to expand your capacity, yes, this will demand that you think bigger, yes, this will challenge you to believe for more than you have been believing for, but that is okay because I am also expanding your faith, I am also increasing your capacity, I am also stretching your ability to receive, and everything I am releasing is perfectly matched to what I am developing in you. Every blessing I am pouring out is perfectly timed with your ability to steward Every door I am opening is perfectly aligned with your readiness to walk through it, so do not shrink back, do not reduce your expectations, do not limit what I can do by limiting what you believe I will do. Instead, embrace the magnitude of what is coming, prepare for the abundance that is being released, position yourself to receive overflow, not just enough, supernatural provision, not just sufficiency, exceedingly abundantly above all you could ask or imagine, not just meeting your basic needs. The third thing that changed in my plans is the scope. What I was going to do in your life alone, I am now going to do through your life to impact countless others. What I was going to accomplish in one area, I am now going to multiply across multiple areas. What I was going to limit to one season, I am now going to extend across your entire lifetime, because your obedience revealed that you are not content with personal blessing. Your faithfulness demonstrated that you understand you are blessed to be a blessing. Your willingness to sacrifice showed me that you grasp the truth that it is not about you but about my kingdom. And this means your testimony is going to reach people you never meet, your story is going to inspire believers across the globe, your obedience is going to become a case study that encourages others to trust me, the ministry that flows through you is going to set captives free in nations you have never visited, the resources that come to you are going to fund kingdom assignments that outlive you, the wisdom that comes through you is going to be quoted and referenced for generations, the influence you carry is going to open doors into spheres you never thought you could access. And again, I know this sounds grandiose. I know this feels overwhelming. I know you are thinking, God, you must have the wrong person. I am just ordinary. I am just simple. I am just one person. How can all of this be true about my life? But that is exactly the point. You are ordinary, which makes me extraordinary when I work through you. You are simple, which makes the complexity of what I do through you undeniably supernatural. You are just one person, which means when I multiply your impact, it is obviously my hand at work, not your abilities. And this is how I have always operated. This is how I have always moved. This is how I have always advanced my kingdom, through ordinary people who make extraordinary choices to trust me completely, through simple believers who say yes to impossible assignments, through single individuals who allow me to work through them in ways that impact multitudes. And you, my child, you are one of those people. You have made that choice, you have said that yes, you have allowed that surrender, and now watch what I do with it, watch how I multiply it, watch how I expand it beyond anything you could orchestrate or manufacture or accomplish in your own strength. And if you are receiving this word, if something in your spirit is resonating with what I am saying, if you sense that I am speaking directly to your situation and your season and your story, then I want you to do something right now. I want you to pause this message and type Amen in the comments below, not as some superstitious act but as a declaration that you receive what I am speaking, as an agreement with what I am releasing, as a positioning of your heart to embrace what is coming. Because when you type that Amen, you are saying yes to the change plans. You are accepting the accelerated timing, you are welcoming the increased magnitude, you are embracing the expanded scope, and you are activating your faith to believe for what I am declaring over your life in this moment. So go ahead right now and leave that comment. Let it be your act of worship. Let it be your seed of faith. Let it be your prophetic declaration that you believe what God is saying even when circumstances have not caught up with the promise yet, even when your bank account does not reflect the financial breakthrough yet, even when your body still has symptoms even though healing is coming, even when relationships still look broken even though restoration is in motion, even when doors still appear closed even though I am opening them. You believe me, you trust me, you are saying amen to what I am speaking. So pause and do that now. Flood that comment section with your amens and then come back. Because there is more I need to tell you about navigating what is coming, about stewarding what is being released, about protecting what I am giving you. Now let me address what you need to know about managing this new season, about stewarding these changed plans, about protecting what your obedience has released, because with great blessing comes great responsibility, with increased favor comes increased warfare, with accelerated promotion comes intensified attack, and I need you to be prepared, I need you to be wise, I need you to be vigilant, and the first thing you must understand is that not everyone is going to celebrate what I am doing in your life, not everyone is going to rejoice when you are promoted, not everyone is going to be happy when you are blessed, not everyone is going to understand when you are elevated, and some of the people who oppose your progress are going to be people you expected to support you. Some of the criticism is going to come from people who were once close to you. Some of the attacks are going to be launched by people who claim to love you. And this is not because they are necessarily bad people, but because your advancement highlights their stagnation, your breakthrough exposes their compromise, your obedience convicts their disobedience, your blessing makes them question why they are not experiencing the same, and instead of examining their own hearts and choices, instead of asking me what they need to change, instead of celebrating your victory and learning from your example, they will criticize you, they will question your motives, they will find fault with your methods, they will suggest you are being prideful or presumptuous or deceived, and you need to be prepared for this, you need to expect this, you need to understand this so you are not devastated when it happens. because if you are not prepared you will be tempted to defend yourself, to justify your blessing, to prove your worthiness, to convince others that what I am doing is really for me. But I am telling you now, do not waste your energy on that. Do not spend your time trying to make people understand what they are not meant to understand. Do not exhaust yourself trying to gain approval from those who have already decided to disapprove. Instead, stay focused on me, keep your eyes on what I am doing, remain faithful to what I have called you to, and let your continued obedience and sustained fruit be your testimony. Let your life speak louder than your defense. Let your faithfulness demonstrate what words cannot convince, and those who are truly for you will recognize what I am doing and celebrate with you. Those who are genuinely for me will discern my hand on your life and support you. Those who are walking in their own maturity will be inspired by your breakthrough rather than threatened by it. And as for the others, as for those who choose criticism over celebration, let them go, release them, bless them, pray for them, but do not allow their opinions to slow down what I am doing. Do not let their doubts cause you to question what I have spoken. Do not permit their rejection to make you shrink back from what I am releasing. The second thing you need to understand about this new season is that increased blessing requires increased stewardship, greater resources demand greater responsibility, more influence necessitates more integrity, and what I am releasing to you is not for you alone. It is not just about your comfort, it is not merely for your enjoyment, it is for my kingdom purposes, it is for advancing my agenda, it is for impacting others, and you must steward it accordingly. You must manage it wisely. You must use it strategically, and this means that when the financial increase comes you cannot just upgrade your lifestyle and satisfy your desires. You must tithe faithfully, you must give generously, you must invest in kingdom assignments, you must use those resources to bless others and build my kingdom. And when doors of influence open you cannot just enjoy the platform and feed your ego. You must use that influence to point people to me, to share the gospel, to encourage believers, to challenge compromise, to speak truth. And when relationships are restored you cannot just return to old patterns and expect different results. You must establish new boundaries, maintain healthy communication, prioritize my presence, protect what I have healed, and when gifts and abilities are activated you cannot just perform and entertain and impress people. You must operate in humility, give me the glory, minister from overflow not emptiness, and remain accountable to mature believers who can speak into your life. And all of this requires intentionality. All of this demands discipline, all of this necessitates dependence on my spirit, because the moment you start taking credit for what I am doing, the moment you begin to trust in the blessing more than the blesser, the moment you lose sight of why I am giving you what I am giving you, you put yourself in danger of losing it, not because I am vengeful but because I will not share my glory with another, not because I am petty but because pride comes before a fall and I love you too much to let you fall. Not because I am harsh but because I know that what you worship is what will control you and I want you to worship me alone. So steward well what I am releasing, manage wisely what I am giving, use strategically what I am entrusting to you, and as you do, as you prove faithful with what I give, I will give you more. As you demonstrate wisdom with what I release, I will release more. As you show integrity with what I entrust, I will entrust you with greater things. The third thing you must understand is that this acceleration will require adjustment, this sudden shift will demand adaptation. This rapid change will necessitate recalibration, because everything is about to move faster than you are accustomed to. Doors are going to open more rapidly than you expected, opportunities are going to present themselves more quickly than you planned for, resources are going to flow more abundantly than you budgeted for, relationships are going to develop more intensely than you anticipated, and you need to give yourself grace to adapt, permission to adjust, space to recalibrate, because this is not business as usual, this is not the pace you have been operating at. This is not the level you have been functioning on. This is acceleration, this is multiplication, this is supernatural increase, and it will require you to think differently, to move differently, to respond differently, and some of the systems and structures you had in place for the previous season will not work in this new season. Some of the habits and rhythms that served you well before will need to be adjusted now. Some of the relationships and connections that were appropriate then may not be appropriate now, and you need to be willing to let go of what worked yesterday in order to embrace what is required today. You need to be flexible enough to adjust when I say adjust. You need to be humble enough to admit when something is not working anymore. You need to be wise enough to seek counsel from those who have walked where you are going, and most importantly you need to stay connected to me. You need to maintain intimacy with me. You need to keep seeking my face, because in the midst of all this acceleration, in the chaos of all this change, in the whirlwind of all this blessing, the most important thing is that you do not lose your connection to the source. You do not neglect your relationship with the one who is causing all of this. You do not become so busy with what I am doing that you forget to spend time with who I am, and I am warning you about this because I have seen it happen too many times. I have watched too many of my children receive breakthrough and blessing and then gradually drift from intimacy with me because they got caught up in managing what I gave them. I have witnessed too many believers experience promotion and then slowly compromise because they started trusting in their position more than in my presence, and I do not want that to be your story. I refuse to let that be your testimony. So even as I accelerate your breakthrough, even as I multiply your blessing, even as I expand your influence, protect your time with me, guard your secret place, prioritize your prayer life, maintain your worship, stay in my word, because everything else flows from that connection. All the blessing means nothing without that relationship. Every open door is empty if I am not walking through it with you. Now as we approach the final portion of this message, as we near the culminating word I want to speak over your life, I need you to understand something about the warfare that is coming, about the opposition you are going to face, about the attacks the enemy is going to launch, because he is furious about what your obedience released. He is alarmed by the plans I am now implementing. He is terrified of what is going to happen when you walk in the fullness of what I am giving you, and he is going to do everything in his power to stop it, to delay it, to diminish it, to destroy it, and his attacks are going to be multifaceted, his strategies are going to be varied, his weapons are going to be diverse, and he is going to come at you through your mind with thoughts of doubt and fear and inadequacy. He is going to come at you through your circumstances with challenges and obstacles and setbacks. He is going to come at you through people with criticism and rejection and betrayal. He is going to come at you through your body with sickness and exhaustion and weakness. He is going to come at you through your finances with unexpected expenses and delayed provision and financial pressure, and he is going to time these attacks strategically, often right before a major breakthrough, frequently just as something significant is about to manifest, commonly when you are most vulnerable and weary and ready to give up. And I am telling you this not to make you afraid but to make you alert. Not to cause you to worry but to cause you to be watchful, not to discourage you but to prepare you, because when you know what is coming you can stand firm. When you recognize the enemy's schemes you can resist them effectively, when you understand that the intensity of the warfare is proportional to the significance of what is being birthed you can endure with hope, knowing that the attack is actually confirmation that you are on the right track, that you are close to breakthrough, that what the enemy fears is about to manifest. So when the warfare intensifies, when the attacks multiply, when everything seems to be falling apart at once, do not panic, do not shrink back, do not question what I have spoken. Instead stand firm, resist the enemy, declare my word, worship in the midst of warfare, praise in the midst of battle, thank me for the victory before you see it, and watch as the enemy's schemes backfire, watch as his attacks become the very thing that propels you forward, watch as what he meant for evil I turn for good, watch as the warfare that was designed to destroy you becomes the testimony that delivers others. And now before I release you from this message, before I send you back into your day carrying this word, I need you to do one more thing. I need you to subscribe to this channel if you have not already, and I know this may seem like an odd request after such a weighty prophetic word, but let me tell you why this matters. When you subscribe you are not just following a YouTube channel, you are positioning yourself to continue receiving the words I want to speak over your life. You are creating a structure that keeps you connected to prophetic encouragement and biblical truth. You are joining a community of believers who are also navigating breakthrough and blessing in warfare, and in the season you are entering, in this time of acceleration and multiplication and expanded influence, you are going to need regular reminding of who you are and what I have spoken. You are going to need consistent encouragement to keep moving forward when opposition rises. You are going to need ongoing prophetic insight to help you navigate the new territory you are entering, and this channel is one of the tools I am using to provide that. So your subscription is not just about supporting content, it is about staying connected to what I am speaking. It is about remaining in a place where you can hear my voice regularly. It is about being part of a tribe that is moving forward together. So go ahead and click that subscribe button right now. Let it be an act of obedience. Let it be a declaration that you are committed to staying connected. Let it represent your determination to keep receiving what I am releasing, and then come back and hear this final prophetic word I am speaking over you. Now hear this, hear me clearly, hear what I am declaring over your life in this moment. What you did changed my plans, your obedience released acceleration, your faithfulness activated multiplication, your surrender unlocked abundance, and from this day forward nothing will be the same. From this moment onward you are operating at a new level. From this point ahead you are walking in increased favor, and the breakthrough you have been believing for is no longer coming, it is here. The promise you have been waiting for is no longer distant, it is now. The door you have been praying would open is no longer closed, it is swinging wide, and you are going to walk through it. You are going to step into everything I have prepared, you are going to receive everything I have promised, you are going to experience everything I have spoken, and it is going to be bigger than you imagined, greater than you dreamed, more abundant than you hoped, more powerful than you expected, more impactful than You planned, because when I do something I do it well, when I bless abundantly, when I open doors no one can shut them, when I promote no one can demote, when I heal the healing is complete, when I restore the restoration is full, when I provide the provision overflows, and I am doing all of this for you starting now, not because you are perfect but because you were obedient, not because you have it all together but because you trusted me when it did not make sense, not because you never doubted but because you moved forward despite your doubts, not because you felt ready but because you said yes anyway, and that obedience, that trust, that willingness, that faith, it changed everything. It shifted my plans from eventual to immediate, from measured to abundant, from limited to expansive, and now all of heaven is moving on your behalf, angels are being dispatched for your assistance, provision is being released for your assignment, doors are being opened for your advancement, relationships are being aligned for your destiny, circumstances are being orchestrated for your good, and every weapon formed against you is failing, every scheme of the enemy is backfiring, every attack launched to stop you is actually propelling you forward, every obstacle placed in your path is becoming a stepping stone, every setback you experienced is being turned into a setup for greater comeback, and you are going to look back on this moment as the turning point, as the day everything changed, as the hour when heaven responded to your obedience, as the time when acceleration began, as the season when impossibilities became possible, when closed doors flung open, when lack turned to abundance, when sickness turned to health, when depression turned to joy, when confusion turned to clarity, when opposition turned to opportunity, when delay turned to divine timing, and you are going to tell everyone who will listen that God is faithful, that His promises are true, that obedience always leads to blessing, that surrendering always brings breakthrough, that trusting always results in testimony, and your story is going to become someone else's hope, your testimony is going to become someone else's faith, your breakthrough is going to become someone else's encouragement, because that is how my kingdom works, that is how my spirit moves, that is how my purposes advance, through ordinary people who make extraordinary choices to trust me completely, and you, my beloved child, you are one of those people. You made that choice, you trusted that much, you obeyed that way, and now watch what I do, watch how I move, watch what I release, watch doors open, watch provision flow, watch healing manifest, watch relationships restore, watch dreams fulfill, watch promises come to pass, watch my faithfulness demonstrated, watch my goodness revealed, watch my power displayed, and as you watch, as you receive, as you experience all that I am doing, remember this moment, remember this message, remember what changed everything. It was your obedience, it was your faith, it was your willingness to trust me, and because of that, because of what you did, my plans changed, timing accelerated, magnitude increased, scope expanded, and your life will never be the same. Now go forth, my child, go forth knowing that heaven is backing you, angels are protecting you, my spirit is empowering you, my favor is surrounding you, my promises are manifesting for you, and nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop what I have started. Now walk in this truth, live in this reality, embrace this season, receive this blessing, steward this favor, protect this anointing, and watch as I do exceedingly abundantly above all you could ask or imagine. This is your time, this is your season, this is your moment. What you did changed my plans, and what I am about to do will change your life forever.